Hello everyone. Today we have with us here the director at JVIMS College, and he will be talking with us today. Hello, sir.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Please give a brief introduction of yourself, and then we'll start with the interview.
Sure. Myself, Dr. Ajay Shah. I have done my BE in Civil Engineering from REC Silchar. Now it is NIT. When I did, it was REC, Regional Engineering College. Then I did my MBA. I have 2.5 years of experience of working with some of the multinational companies of India. Then lately from 2002, around 18 long years, I am associated with academics. So earlier I was a full-time faculty at JVIMS Institute, then later on being promoted as a director. Along with my teaching and director job, I am also involved as a consultant to a lot of SMEs in and around Jamnagar. We help SMEs to professionalize themselves. At the same time, we get them listed on the SME platform of BSc and NSC. So the idea is the value unlocking of the SMEs happen. I'm a consultant to a couple of brass industry in Jamnagar.
Oh, so that's great. So, sir, my first question for you would be that, as you said that you have been connected with the education sector for a long time. So, what are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
Well, teaching has always been my passion. I always feel highly energetic and enthusiastic when I go to the class. And when I meet young minds, young boys and girls, it actually gives me a kind of adrenaline rush that keeps me motivated to be connected with the young guys and improve their skill sets. And it's always, an inner satisfaction of raising the students' level from wherever they are, taking them to the higher level. And it would be a satisfying experience for me to see them well placed and growing in their career as well as life.
So, sir, being the director, what is your philosophy of leadership and how would you describe your leadership style?
Since I am more connected with my team, and as you are aware that, the teaching fraternity, the professors, the faculty and the lecturers have a completely different mindset and completely different personality. So in order to deal with this knowledgeable teachers and professors, I keep my leadership style as participative leadership style. So before we come or we design any program, I just tell them what is the outcome we are looking at, that this is what we are looking at out of this program or out of this semester or out of this batch, and accordingly tell them to design their own ways and strategies to come up with that program. And then we sit, we analyze and decide. So you can say it is more of a participative leadership style.
Yes, sir, definitely that's the best way to go about it. Sir, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for the marketing and administration of your college?
For marketing of our institute, we are not doing much of the marketing as such. But yes, what we do is every year we conduct two programs. One is what we have a mock CMET or a proficiency test program. And this proficiency test program is thrown open to students of entire Jamnagar and the nearby regions. And they actually go through the process of how the CMET or any entrance exam would be. Second, we also do one event which we call it YEFE, JVIMS YEFE, where we conduct a lot of inter-college competition, especially for the undergraduate program, where students come to the campus, they see the campus, they mingle and interact with the existing MBA students and find out about how the college is. Baki to, in this place, we work more on word of mouth. And yes, word of mouth, we have a very strong word of mouth in our region, across Saurashtra and Gujarat, I would say. And because of this, positive word of mouth is something that keeps us going.
So, sir, the education systems in India and the foreign countries are structured very differently. So, in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your institute?
Okay, like inbound students means somebody who is coming from other country or the other state.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Well, I would say, sorry. One of the key strength what we have or what we see is any student who is coming from other region or other area, he can actually gain lot of analytical ability. One of our key strength is, we train the students to a highest degree in terms of its analytical and calculative capacity. And that is one of our strong area. So if the student is joining our institute, he can develop his analytical capacity, his calculative capacity, and accordingly he can, grow. So this is one of the differentiating factor. Another differentiating factor in our institute is, we give lot of experience to the students of being a manager. So our entire system and the program is designed in a way that students are involved in each and every activity that an institute undertakes, and students go through this entire experience of, planning an event, organizing it, budgeting it, executing it, after the event, reflection on the event, learning lessons, something that did not went right, etc. So that entire experience of being a manager goes through it. At the same time, the students at our institute also has got an advantage of being the part of the OET, that is Oshwal Education Trust, where there are more than 2,000 students. So students get that hands-on experience of, organizing something for 2,000 odd students, and that experience, what he gains, helps him to grow in life. So these are some of our key strengths. He can develop analytical abilities. He can go through meaningful experiences where he can get involved in everything what a institute is doing. He gets an experience of being a manager, and ultimately he develops that vision of seeing a larger picture rather than just focusing on small little things.
Okay, sir. So, how does the curriculum of JVIMS College ensure the best practice of the industry?
Okay, we follow the GTU curriculum. So, we are affiliated to Gujarat Technological University, and as a part of GTU, there are obviously the subjects which are taught everywhere. So, along with the normal common subjects as such, the students has to go through the SIP, that is Summer Internship Project. We make research compulsory in SIP. At the same time, MBA student at JVMS has to undertake minimum 4 research projects before he can earn his degree. So that research experience that the students go through gives him a lot of learning. Then there is IDP, that is Industry Defined Project or Comprehensive Project. There is MAP, that is multidisciplinary activity project, where he is involved with MCA students, some students from the undergraduate program, and that is where he takes a multidisciplinary project. So when he does this research project, it really helps him to understand how things are implemented at a ground level.
Okay, sir. So, any insights into how your college could be more welcoming to students of different races or economic backgrounds?
Well, all the students, we don't differentiate based on any race or economic background. All are welcome. But yes, we do have a good scholarship scheme. Students who are coming from economically weaker section or coming from SC/ST, the institute helps them with all the paperwork and make sure that their scholarship is procured from the government and several other institutes. At the same time, the institute also has its own scholarship program, which is given on merit cum means basis. We also have a tie-up with, a couple of philanthropist trust, largely NRI or I would say NRG, non-resident Gujaratis, and this trust help us on merit cum mean basis for the scholarship of deserving students.
Okay, sir. So what do you think your roles and responsibilities are to the students and to the institute as well?
Okay. Well, one of obviously my role is a director role, so I have to direct everybody, design good processes and systems and programs that could help the students to raise themselves from one level to another. More or less, my responsibility is, to provide a right platform both to the students as well as to the employees, so that they can leverage these platforms and grow.
Okay. So, sir, what do you think should be your institute's top priority over the next 10 years?
Well, I don't know. 10 years is very difficult to predict because the kind of changes that are happening in the education sector, especially the higher education sector, 10 years is too long. And again, with an NEP. But yes, with an immediate effect, what we are looking at is, see, with the recent COVID crisis, one of the things what everybody has realized is that there is going to be a massive usage of technology in everything that we do. So our priority for the next 2 years is to start with certain certificate program where we could integrate technology in management. So we are planning to start with, the certificate program on cyber security, certificate program on data analytics, certificate program on database management system, and artificial intelligence to our next level, where students can leverage this and be well prepared for the challenges to come.
So, sir, when you first came to JVIMS, what was your vision for the college? And has it evolved over time, and how far along in implementing that vision are you?
Well, obviously it has evolved a lot over a time. See, when I took up the role of a deputy director somewhere in 2008, the challenges were different. There wasn't much of the challenges on the, the demand side. And at the same time, the institute was also managing well. Then 2009, we saw a major changeover where we were de-affiliated from Saurashtra University and we were affiliated to GTU. And the initial years of GTU, I would say, was terrific. That were terrific because GTU was somehow not able to design the management program properly. They had a very good leverage with engineering, but management was, they were not able to do so. So that challenges we overcome. So at that time, our challenge was to give better exposure to the students because the students at that time had very limited exposure. Then, as of now, the challenge was to prepare them for the GTU system as such. Now the students have a good exposure as such. But what has happened is, today if you see my existing batch or my previous batch, the students' thought process is very limited. They are unable to see the larger picture, and they get, many times they get carried away with the small little things as such. So one of the major challenge what we are facing is to, enhance that thought process. We have to tell them कि भाई ये बहुत छोटी चीज है. Don't waste your time and energy out there. Come on, look at a larger picture. So that thought process, how to change it, I also don't know. We are also experimenting on it. But that limited thought process what a student have, we actually need to expand that.
So, sir, what are some of the things that you would like people to know about your college that they may not know?
Well, many of the things people know. 3 things I would like to highlight here. A, along with the regular MBA program affiliated by GTU, we provide around 10 certificate courses. So we provide certificate courses in foreign language, in Tally, in e-compliances, gold appraisal. We provide certificate courses in digital marketing, data analytics, and several others. So we provide around 10 certificate programs, which are, like readily job oriented. So based on that certificate program, students can readily get a job or start its own freelancing. Second thing is, we involve the students in each and everything that we do. So student has got a first-hand experience of how the things are happening in an institute, in any organization. And third thing, what I would like to say is, we provide some of the best experiences to the students of being a manager. So we conduct two industrial visit in every semester. Students has a chance to meet some of the best of the industry people. And, with the team of our alumni, we also help the students to experience what it goes in being a manager. Like, he has to spend minimum 2 days with his alumni. So he has to literally be with his alumni. He has to sit with him and see that what his alumni who is working with any organization is doing. So there he gets a very rich experience, and that expands his thought process.
Yes, sir. So, sir, what are some of the biggest challenges you see, both for higher education in general and for your colleges specifically?
Higher education will have a lot of challenges with the coming up of NEP. And in NEP, again, like what is happening is, whatever we used to teach in the higher education is now getting percolated at lower level. So even 5th, 6th standard student would be studying what we used to teach in MBA. But yes, what is happening is, like, see, one thing is, there is still a gap between the supply and demand. The demand for the MBA program is very limited, whereas the supply is abundant. And in the process, what is happening is, the entire value of the program is getting deteriorated.
Yes,
because, the students coming from not so good institute who lack the skills get a degree. And when they go to the job market, it spreads the negative word of mouth that by being MBA, isko itna bhi nahi aata. But if you look at it, the proportion of that student is very limited. But that proportion is spreading the kind of negative word of mouth toward the MBA as the whole. So first challenge is, the gap in supply and demand, which is fueled by low quality institutions as such. And again, industry and, I would suggest the people in general also to evaluate the students not purely on a quantitative term, but also on several qualitative terms also. Like, what are his ethics, how dedicated he is, what is good thing about him, how we can manage that. And so rather than purely on target basis or performance basis, certain soft areas should also be considered by the society for evaluation of any student.
Yes, sir, definitely. So, sir, are there any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Current youth, a lot of them. Well, one suggestion I would like to give them is give away the social media. Students and this youth, it could be anything. Even my son or a daughter, they spend a hell lot of time on social media doing nothing. Yes, just किसने आज क्या खाया और कहाँ गया, उसके अलावा what are you gaining out of the social media? So that is killing their thought process. So, I would suggest them that, don't kill your thought process. It's okay. You can have maybe, 10-15 minutes in a day, but not 4 to 5 hours in a day. Every now and then you unlock your phone and see what is going in a Facebook, Insta or any other app. That's killing away. And I would also like to say that, especially, I don't know much, but students of my region to improve the quality of their thought process. The thought process is being very limited. Day by day, it's shrinking. So let them expand their thought process and look at a larger picture.
Okay, sir. So, yes, sir. Lastly, I would like to ask you: are there some of the plans that? What are some of the plans that you are like in currently designing for international affairs of your college, or for the upcoming? What are the plans in the future for your college?
International affairs means.
Is there like collaborating with any university and or planning to have a abroad program or something like that?
Yeah, we are planning to collaborate, planning to sign up an MOU with some universities in South Africa, some universities in UK and USA also. We have one of the very good persons as the member of our IQAC who is looking after this MOUs. At the same time, mostly every year, we do participate in students exchange program. Like our students have been to Bulgaria, they have been to Canada, they have been to Abu Dhabi and several other places where they are looking at. So yes, we have a plans. We are working out with a lot of universities for students come faculty exchange program.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you for the insightful interview. It was great talking to you.
Thank you very much.